Are you ready to check out the #1 rated surf boat in the world? We're gonna take a closer look at the 2025 Centurion Boats Ri245. What up guys, this is Mitch from Boardco. This morning we are out here with the new 2025 Centurion Ri245. This is Centurion's #1 selling boat. It's the #1 selling boat at Boardco. In fact, it accounts for more than half of the boats that are sold at the #1 Centurion boat dealership in the world. The reason why is because it's a perfect blend of size, capability, performance, features, and pretty much everything you can possibly imagine. I've got this beautiful Salute to Service one right here behind us. Let's take a closer look at what makes the 2025 Ri245 arguably the best surf boat in the world. There's a lot of great features on the Ri245 for 2025, but the thing that we want to hit on the most is that this boat was designed from the ground up to be the best possible performing wake boat on the market. It's designed to give incredible wakeboard wakes, great driving and handling capabilities, but most important, it is designed to be the best wake surf boat in the world. Everything about this boat is designed with having the best possible wake surf experience in mind. We're gonna start right here at the bow of the Ri245. We got the boat out of the water. We're gonna drop it in the water here in a second. But before we do that, I wanna highlight a few of the features that you can only really see while we're out here on the bow. First off, we've got Baja Racing design headlights that are gonna light everything up and make it just a great experience. They're super crazy bright. They spread light all over the place. They're awesome. But one thing that is really unique on this boat is the bow shape and the bow design. As you see, it's more of a traditional front. It does have a really wide profile at the nose, but the bow has a unique shape. Rather than coming straight down the sides like a lot of other different wake boats, it actually tapers downward and the V continually increases as you go from the bottom up. What this is going to do is it's going to make it so that the bow of the boat stays up and out of the water. So if you're going to turn back into the biggest and best wake surf wave in the world, you're going to be able to keep your bow up out of the water and not drench people in the front. If you're used to driving a wake boat, you got to be really careful not to take water over the front. That is not something you have to worry about in the Centurion Ri series. Lots of other great features exist on the Ri245. You got a front boarding ladder here on the front of the trailer, electric over hydraulic brakes, something we can clip on most of our Ri245s here in Utah, just simply because of all the hills and mountains we deal with. Makes towing the boat super silky smooth and you don't get that clunk effect as you're driving. New for 2025, we have these new vents on the Centurion Ri series boats. This one has a built-in battery trickle charger element, so you can just plug in a standard extension cord into this boat and trickle charge the batteries while it's sitting on the trailer, on the side of your house, in the garage, or wherever you've got it located. This one's sitting on a triple axle trailer with 18-inch wheels, pretty standard element that we run on most of our Ri245s. One of the key features that is standard on all Centurion Ri series boats is the ram fill ballast system. Now, if you've looked into Centurion much at all, you're probably familiar with ram fill, but it is the fastest filling, fastest draining ballast system on the market. You can fill over 5,600 pounds of ballast into this boat. Thousands of pounds more that are available on any other towboat on the market, and you can do it in less time than any other boat takes to fill up their ballast system. This not only gives you the ability to fill and drain ballast super quickly to transition between sports or set your boat up when you get to the lake or when you're done, it also gives you the ability to completely fine-tune and customize your experience while you're out on the water. Let's say you're driving down the lake and you've got 7 people sitting on one side of the boat, nobody on the other side. Rather than driving crooked down the lake or leaning to the side like you do on every other boat, you can just simply fill up 20% into your ram fill tank, level the boat right out, and you can do it in just a few seconds. This is one of the things that you can do when you have a boat with ram fill, is you get maximum control over how the boat drives, handles, surfs, wakeboards, and does everything else on the water. As we get here to the back of the boat, it's time to highlight the #1 feature on the Centurion Ri series boats, and in fact, on Centurion boats in general. This is the magic sauce that sets them apart from every other different boat that's out there, and that is the Opti-V 2.0 hull. Now, the Opti-V hull is obviously something that runs the entire length of the boat, but it's easiest to show the unique difference with it here at the very back end. At the back of the boat, you notice that there is this flat area that sits here on the side that then transitions to a deep V that sits through the center. This is the unique design that allows Centurion to throw the best wake surf waves in the world, as well as deliver unprecedented rough water ride for any towboat. It's because this boat features a 20-degree angle dead rise at the transom. Most boats have a V angle of only 3 to 6 degrees maybe. On a Centurion, you get 20 degrees of dead rise, the measurement of the angle of V at the boat. What this is going to do is, for a surf wave, it's going to naturally part and split the water and allow it to easily flow to one side or the other. This means more water volume ends up behind the boat instead of dispersed to the side, and it's going to be funneled straight behind, which is going to deliver better performance and a more powerful, firm wave that's going to deliver more push and more power as you are surfing behind it. It's also going to give you a lot more wave customization capability because these plates can fine-tune and control the shape of the wave. These QuickSurf Pro plates have a really flat, mellow design to them instead of having hooks and angles at the back like most surf plates. This is because the hull is doing almost all of the heavy lifting for shaping a surf wave, and these plates are just contouring and fine-tuning the exact shape of the wave so you can dial it in mellow for a skim rider or steep for a surf style rider or changing it for a bigger or smaller guy. It just allows you to fine tune and customize the shape of the wave. Going a step beyond in customization, you also have the silent stinger plate here at the back end as well. This silent stinger plate is a patented design from Centurion that not only is going to allow you to customize the shape of the wave, fine-tuning the angle of the bow as you're moving down the lake, it's also going to diffuse exhaust out and away from the boat, quieting everything down and doing so in a way that's not going to disrupt a wave like you can experience with the surf pipes or other different things that funnel all the exhaust out of a single port at the bottom. Now that we've covered all the elements that we can highlight when the boat is on the trailer, let's drop this thing in the water and we'll check out the rest of the boat as well as how this amazing thing performs. All right, we now have the Ri245 here in the water. I'm here in the bow of the boat and I'm gonna run you through a lot of the new features and really cool things that are available on the interior of the Ri245. Starting here in the bow, one thing that is really helpful, or I absolutely love about this boat, is the way that the bow and honestly the entire perimeter of the boat is designed. If you see here on the sides, there's gator step that wraps around the entire exterior of the boat. That means that you have a nice flat spot to step, regardless of whether you're coming in from the bow at an angle, on the sides, the back, doesn't really matter. You also have the ability to go from the front of the boat all the way to the back without stepping on any vinyl. You've got a step place here, another step point here, and you can remove this center cushion and you have a clear walkway that you can end up walking through. When you remove this cushion, you can have it set to where you have a footwell that you can sit down into and drop your feet down, or you can have the bow cushion put in and it's going to give you a nice playpen bow design. You see, it's a nice spacious wide bow so you can have a couple people facing backwards checking out all the action while everything's going on. It's also a really wide perimeter bow all the way around, so it's just really comfortable and spacious for a lot of people. You can have 4 adults up here hanging out, having a good time, especially with the bow cushion removed. No problem at all, and everyone's got a lot of space to hang out and enjoy the fun. You also have built-in armrests that are here on the sides of the bow that you can flip down. They're lined in gator steps, so they're going to be nice and cushy, but they're also not going to break down and wear out, which is really nice. The last thing I wanted to talk about while I'm here in the bow of the 245 is the new vinyl that is available in the 2025 Centurion boats. This is a high-grade, cool touch vinyl material that is going to stay with the reputation that Centurion has had with top-notch build quality and durability, but it's going to be a cool touch application. That means you can have a color like this Castano brown interior that's in the 245 we're sitting in, and I can touch the areas that are sitting and baking in the sun. It's a nice warm summer day that we're out here, and it's honestly not even hot at all. It doesn't even get as hot as the previous white colors did. So that part is extra nice. So if you want to get a darker color interior such as this, you can do so, have it easy to clean, have it look absolutely beautiful, and not worry about the heat. Here in the observer seat area of the 245, there's a couple really nice applications that the engineers at Centurion designed to enhance the experience while you're in the boat. The first one is you've got a built-in cooler here in the floor that pops up. That's a really large cooler. It can hold tons of drinks, snacks, ice, all those type of things. It's also got a drain plug at the bottom, so you just pop that drain plug when you're ready to drain it out at the end of the day. Also from here in the observer seat, there's a really quick and easy way to access your storage space. You've got storage underneath all of the seats along the sides, as well as storage behind the seat back that I'm leaning against right here. Unlike some boats that they have a full unibody piece that you lift up and move, that would require me to stand up and move out of the way. If I need to get something behind here, I can simply flip this up, reach back, access whatever I need to grab, and drop it back in. without ever leaving my seat. This seat is removable, so if you need full access, you can get it, but it's just a really nice way of being able to access all of the storage compartments throughout the boat without having to do a ton of moving around and shifting people. This is a common theme through Centurion boats. Oftentimes, if you have people that are coming from other boat brands to a Centurion, they think that the boats may not have quite as much storage, when in reality, they actually have more storage than most other boat brands. It's just located differently, and in fact, located in much more functional, usable locations, meaning that the storage space underneath the seats is not quite as deep, but those are areas that you typically have to get people to stand up and move to access, where your storage lockers underneath the main observer seat, the bow, and in the back transom, which are going to be the places you're going to access most without having to move people, are free and clear and have more storage space than other boats. As I move over here to the Helm, this is probably the place that's gotten the biggest changes and upgrades for 2025 in the Ri245. First off, I'm sitting here in the Cobra Racing driver's seat, the best driver's seat in the game. It is super comfy. You can sit any direction, either facing forward, or I can spin here to the side, drop my leg through the side place, and have a nice spot I can lean back against. This is the way I like to hang out and do it, and I can see all of the things around me really quickly and easily. The Helm has been completely redesigned for 2025 in the Ri245 and really elevates the experience to an entirely new level. As you see, there's all kinds of new accent lighting throughout that looks absolutely incredible. We're here in the middle of the day and you can see this. It's absolutely beautiful. You can also change any of the colors to wherever you want just by changing this preset's going from purple to blue to green to really whatever you want to end up doing. So you have a full customization capability over every app. The dash screens are brand new for 2025. They're super large, vivid, bright, and control every single aspect of the boat. They can control everything from your lighting to your heater to all of your different surf settings, ballast, everything that you need. Most importantly, from my perspective, is it makes your wave extra easy to dial in and set up, regardless of the skill level of your riders. All you do is just click a profile button and you can pull up a setting and press one button and it will set up every single aspect of the boat, from your ballast to your plate settings to your speed to everything else that you need. It really gives you full, complete control over every aspect of the boat from the driver's seat. You also have a few other great features here at the Helm. You have a full separate stereo unit controller here on the left side with a quick volume knob that you can adjust your settings really quickly and easily. It also allows you to crank up and turn down your volume really quickly. You have a wireless charging cell phone holder here on the left side, push button start stop here on the right, along with all of your other different Coast Guard required buttons. And new for 2025, you have these built-in lighting vents. These are not only look really cool, but they're also built-in heater vents, meaning if you're out on a brisk, cool morning, you can turn on the heat and not just have it blowing from other vents, but actually have it going through the dash, warming up the entire Helm area as well. It's just a way to make sure that the driver, my favorite place to be in the boat, other than behind it, is really comfortable regardless of the conditions. Speaking of being comfortable in the conditions, not only do you have heat in the Helm, you also have this built-in air vent here on the window, meaning that as you're driving along on those extra hot summer days, you can have a nice airflow that comes in for the driver and cools them off like built-in air conditioning. As we mentioned at the beginning, the Ri245 is designed to be the best wake surf boat in the world. And it wouldn't be the best wake surf boat in the world unless it gave you full, complete control over your surf wave. So in the new dash screens, you have really great ways of dialing up your surf wave and customizing it for every single rider. You can pull up a rider preset like I mentioned previously. You also can pull up your surf settings and just simply control the position of each of the plates just by simply tapping a button up and down. It quickly and easily moves these and dials in your wave exactly the way you want it. You also have quick adjustments here to the sides of the steering wheel that you can adjust and control as well. On the left side, you have your stinger plate, which will control the shape of the wave, making it either steeper or more mellow. And on the right side, you have your speed control, which is going to make the wave longer or shorter, also changing the height as well. These are the two settings you're going to change the most often These are the two settings you're going to change the most often when you're out on the boat. So just make a quick little tap, one up or down, and you can see exactly what it does to the wave and fine tune the wave perfect for every single rider, regardless of their ability level, size, or board shape. As we move to the back of the cockpit area, you see there's a ton of room to lounge and sit back. There's lots of space for tons of people in this boat. It's just a really nice lounge area. There's a lot of nice little features going throughout that really elevate it for all of the passengers riding here in the cockpit as well. As I mentioned before, you got wireless charging cell phone holders built in here in the cup holder area, along with accent lighting that can be RGB color controlled, changing to whatever color you like. You also have a sliding bench seat right here that you can slide forward and move to any position and allow more people to face backwards and check out all the action. You also can slide this seat forward, place a cooler area right here. This is how I set my boat up, and make it so you have a nice cascading walkway going in and out of the boat with another cooler spot right here that's quick and easy access for all the people here in the back area of the boat. Over here right behind the driver's seat as I slide over, you've got a built-in backrest area that you can face backwards and check out all the action. You also have a flip-up backrest on the port side of the boat as well. Built-in garbage can right here that you can quickly and easily access by flipping up this seat. This allows you to quickly access not only your trash can for dropping any trash in there, but also to really easily pull the can out and empty it out at the end of the day, which is really nice. So you're not having to dig through storage lockers and move all of your gear in order to pull out your trash at the end of the day. You've also got tons of cup holders all throughout the entire boat, meaning that you're going to have a drink handy regardless of how many people you have and where they're going to be sitting. One of the most unique and innovative features on the Centurion Ri series is the Predator Power Tower that's sitting right here above me. This tower is absolutely incredible. It's changed what I do when I'm out on the lake because I can move the tower up and down on command to just adapt to whatever conditions are hitting. If it's going to be super windy, you can drop it down and make it so you protect everyone right here in the front of the cockpit from any spray or even from rain. In fact, I've actually been out on a boat with it with hail, and it made it so that we were nice and comfortable right here in the cockpit area. Not only that, you can bring the shade level down a little bit, and it really enhances the overall experience in the boat. Going beyond that, it also makes doing things that you would normally do extra fast and extra easy. Things like deploying the double extra large so long bimini top with the built-in heat resistant fabric that's going to keep your boards nice, safe, and secure with the bimini sleeves. It also makes things such as putting the rope on the top of the tower if you're extra short, no problem at all. Best of all, you can drop this tower down and do a so long travel cover that goes over the top of everything, keeping your racks, your speakers, your tower, and everything safe and protected from bugs, chips, and other elements, so it's nice and sparkly clean when you get to the lake or when you get it back home at the end of the day. The Predator Tower is equipped with Bombshell 2.0 board racks. These are the fastest and easiest racks to use of any racks that are out there. You just simply spin your boards around, pull on this lever, drop it in, and you can pull your board in and out, piece of cake. You've also got built-in life jacket holders down here so you can throw a couple vests on each side, along with life jacket holders up in the tower, meaning you can throw your vests on, let them all drip and drain, and not have them draining on anybody in the boat at the end of the day or having to worry about where you're going to put them. It's a great feature that really adds to your experience on the water. There are two incredible audio options available on the Ri245 for 2025. Number one is a Wet Sounds audio package, which features Wet Sounds components throughout, along with Rev 12 tower speakers that are running up in the tower. A total of 4 of them that power great sound for both inside the boat as well as throwing it for back behind the boat for anybody surfing, wakeboarding, or hanging out back there. There's also an additional option of the new surround fire stereo system, which is the one that we have equipped on this boat right here. This stereo system is by far, unconditionally, the loudest stereo I have ever heard in a boat, and we've done custom $30,000 stereo builds before. It is pretty insane. In fact, it actually has a warning label on the speakers to not turn it up to max volume, or it can reach as high as 125 decibels. To give you an idea, when we turned it up to test it out, all of our phones and watches started firing off alarms saying that it was an unsafe environment because of excess noise. Kind of a unique experience, but it sounds incredible. It also delivers unmatched quality sound and a really unique, cool look up in the tower if you opt for this option. As I move to the back of the Ri245, there's a lot of great features to highlight here that people absolutely love in this boat. First off, there's a clear walkway that goes from the cockpit area back here to the back of the boat with gator step that you step on all the way across. You're not having to step on your vinyl getting in and out of the boat. You've got a built-in ski pop-up pylon right here that's a great thing for towing water skiers, as well as towing tubes if you're wanting to do that behind this boat, though I don't recommend it. You also have a quick pop-up ski pylon that just pops up and twists like that. That's a great place for pulling skiers as well as tubes if you're doing that behind this boat. You also have these built-in ratcheting backrests, meaning you can ratchet them up like this, have it face backwards, and you can turn around and face backwards towards the action. Here in the state of Utah, it's actually legal to sit back here in these designated seats while people are surfing, as long as you have a 2019 and newer boat and a designated seat that's designed for sitting and lounging at the transom. As I mentioned earlier, you've got gator step lining all throughout the perimeter, meaning you can step into the inside of the boat as well as back here onto the transom on any of these nice flat spaces here on the sides without stepping on any of your upholstery. Finally, when you move to the very back, you have this giant built-in transom locker that you can access just by flipping up the spot. You have an optional built-in transom ballast bag here in this area. You don't need it in order to be able to have an amazing surf wave, but it can be a great accessory, especially when you have a small crew. Meaning if you've only got 3 or 4 people with you, you can fill this transom bag up, get an amazing surf wave like you have 16 people in the boat. If you've got a really large crew and you want the additional storage space, just simply leave it empty and you can put anything you want on top of it, whether that be skis, boards, life jackets, anything that you need. In my personal boat, I have all of my wet gear, all of my life jackets, wetsuits, ropes, everything back here between these different lockers, both the side lockers here and the transom locker here in the back. This allows me to have all of the gear that I need for 16 people in the boat, plus have an amazing wake surf wave and be able to access all of those different things without having to make people stand up and move from the place that they're sitting to reach down deep into a storage locker to pull it out. It makes getting and accessing all of the gear when you're out on the lake super fast, simple, and extra convenient. Now that we've looked at the interior features of the Ri245, let's get to the most important part, or at least what I think is the most important part, and check out the surf performance behind this boat. All right, so we've got this boat set up with just a handful of people, meaning that you can expect an even better surf wave if you have even more people in the boat. We've got all of our ballast full at 100%, and we've got our surf plate settings at the standard position, meaning that if you just turn on surf left and go, this is going to be the wave that you can expect. We've got our center plate set at 0 and our side plate set at 70%. One really unique thing on the Ri245 and all Centurion boats in general is that the surf system is not just simply an on-off, creating a wave or not creating a wave, but instead allows you to fully fine-tune and adjust the surf wave by controlling how much each plate deploys. The side plate is currently set at 70%, which is their center line position, but you also have the ability to mellow out a wave further by taking it up higher, such as to 80 or 90. You also have the ability to make the wave even steeper and more aggressive if you've got a bigger rider that really wants extra push, or somebody that wants to really get after it on an extremely steep wave by dropping the plates down as low as 50 or 60. This gives you full, complete customization and control over not just the shape of the wave, but the shape at each position on the wave. This can be key if you're wanting to do things such as 360s, slides, and spins on the wave, that you can actually shape and tune the front of the wave to be smooth and mellow, and the back of the wave to still have a steep barrel to catch you as you come around. The fine-tuned customization that Centurion gives you is the exact thing that you need in order to be able to pull off those tricks that you've been trying to land for a long time but haven't quite been able to pull away with, or the ones that you're not as consistent with as you'd like to be. If you simply tune and shape the wave just a bit, it will have a wave that's actually helping you rather than one that is hindering your progress. That wraps it up on the 2025 Ri245. Thanks a lot for spending some time here with us. This is one of my favorite boats that Centurion has ever come out with. It is absolutely incredible. It performs amazing, it drives amazing, and it is a super luxurious, super great place to hang out with your friends and family when you're out on the water. If you have any questions about the boat or any of the details about Centurion boats at all, don't hesitate to head over to boardco.com or to reach out and let us know how we can help. Also, check out the other information that we have through the rest of our videos if you want more details on Centurion boats, as well as other boats that are out there, and get my personal thoughts and opinions about how all of them work, the good, the bad, and the otherwise. We're here to just help you out and help you make a more informed decision when you're looking around and shopping for boats. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you later.